Hey Kieran. So first off, I've got a little confession to make. It's now, 3 days before Easter, and I've already opened the first of my Easter eggs. Actually, this is kind of a two-part confession, I guess, because earlier on in the week, because I knew I would open this one, I bought 2 others, and they're, of course, now all gone as well. So, here we go, confessions out the way early. I ate most of my Easter eggs before Easter, sorry. I never was a very good Christian. But I recycled the boxes, so there really are no losers here. This video is about my reconnecting with reading. Now, as you know, I'm not really like a reader, but that's a kind of self-identity trait that I've never been that happy with, especially being someone who likes to learn about new things and likes to, I do enjoy the process of reading, but I've never been a big fiction lover. Now, when it comes to starting something new, it's always important not to push yourself too hard, so I decided to intersperse my fiction reading with non-fiction reading, as that's always been my preference anyway, and frankly it's pretty obvious that I'm a bit of a non-fiction guy, given that my current reading list looks like the reading list for a history module. It also just gives me the opportunity to explore this whole other world, which is, fiction books. And this is a good thing, I guess, because everyone around me who reads, i.e. everyone around me, it's full of great book recommendations. They all have different interests, so I'm looking forward to dipping into people's recommendations which they've been throwing at me for years and I haven't so far done anything with. Now brace yourself, because I'm currently working towards my 4th book of 2018, which gives me an average of about 1.3 a month so far, which is absolutely mega. That is so many books in 4 in 3 months is just madness for me. So if I can up it any more, that's great, but if I just maintain this course for the rest of my life, I'll be pretty pleased with that. Moving on from my reading life into the rest of my life, I guess, I'm running a marathon in May. Oops, not sure how that happened. But as part of the training, obviously involves a lot of miles running, which is a lot of time running, which means that I need a bit more than just relentless, pumping tunes to get me through them. So I found that there's having a mixture of music and podcasts and kind of using it as mild meditative practice is good. So I have a couple of podcast recommendations for you. Number 1 is the Infinite Monkey Cage. It's a Radio 4 program with well-known rock star / physicist Brian Cox and comedian Robin Ince. I had to just check his name there. It's just on the screen there. It's basically a show about science and big science topics, and I think you'll really, really like it. It's witty. There are sketches and witticisms and other bits of comedy put in, but also just a really good kind of wholesome discussion, and usually very friendly and frank discussion of really big topics in science and how they apply to the wider world and what science's role is in society. All these kind of things are covered, and I think you'd really like it. And also the episodes are only 25 minutes long, and there's about 100 of them, which I'm still getting through. Number 2 is Spirits, which is a podcast about myths and legends from around the world. It's these 2 super, super nerdy, kind of creepy, kind of cool women from New York. I like it because it not only gives gives me my fix of mythology for a week, they're also hyper liberal, which gives me an insight into the discourse that surrounds current events in that world. And I think that's really valuable for me as well. But not setting aside that it's mainly about myths, and myths are awesome, and I think you'd really like that podcast also. And since I'm doing recommendations and talking about reading and books, I really have to recommend this book to you. It's called Commonwealth. It's by Anne Patchett, and it was just stunning. It's a really, really beautiful book, and as someone who is a fan of America, it's just a must-read for you. Anyway, that's all from me. I hope you have an exceptional week, or 3 months, or 10 years until we make another one of these videos. But I have to say, I do kind of like the randomness of these uploads, and I have a few really, really good video ideas, so look out for them before the end of the universe. Until next time.